Hi everybody, make yourself comfortable. We'll be getting started very soon. Hi everybody. Hi Kate, good afternoon. We're going to get started soon. Hi Danny. Andy's here, everybody.
Yay.
No, your chair's over here.
Oh, button it.
Yeah, clean yourself up. Hi, Simone. We'll be getting started soon. While we wait, you may want to hop on TVLine and check out the May Sweep scorecard, which we just posted.
I was surprised
Right?
by what I saw.
I mean, it's surprising.
A lot of deaths.
A lot of deaths. Although there's 11 confirmed deaths at this point, and it's only late March. I should remind folks that if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the 2017 May Sweeps scorecard, an institution, a television institution. I think it's fair to call it that.
I mean, it's as classic as television itself.
That's right. And it's been around just as long.
Mm-hmm. Betty White presented the first
That's right.
TVLine scorecard. Yeah.
On Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm. It's way ahead of her time.
God, we've come so far.
We really have. Can I say something?
Yes.
As somebody who covers or at least has covered a lot of like supernatural shows, the whole like death thing to me kind of loses its sting. Can you promise us that some of these deaths will stick?
Are you shitting on my May Sweep scorecard?
No, I'm shitting on the concept of death on television.
A lot of these deaths, at least the 11 so far, are going to stick.
Yikes.
They're not of the supernatural variety, let's put it that way.
Good.
But I should point out that last year, when all was said and done in May Sweeps, when the dust settled, we had nearly 60 deaths.
That's
so the 11 number is going to go up before May Sweeps even starts.
Wow.
And then so the number is going to be even higher than what we even anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
But bonjour, Matt and Andy. Oh, where's Matt?
Hello.
This is Michael.
Matt
will be joining us very soon with some news. Kim Roots will be joining us soon.
Kim Roots will be, yeah. I'm just keeping this chair warm, basically.
Andy has. You have some big news on the Vampire Diaries revival.
That's a dark joke.
It's a dark joke. I mean, it'll probably happen at some point.
I mean, isn't everything being revived?
Well, speaking of revivals, we have a slew of series finales this week.
We do.
We have Grimm. We have Bones.
Yep.
We have possibly Sleepy Hollow season finale, but most likely a series finale. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
We have Big Little Lies, which is a limited series.
Do you think they would continue that? I feel like it's so... I mean, I know that those are like really in-demand actors, but I feel like it's so successful.
Well, they're in-demand actors who are also producers on the show.
This is
so
true.
Have a vested interest in seeing the franchise continue beyond just being actors on it.
Big or Little Lies?
So I think the season 2 question with Big Little Lies is interesting. Although the first season was based on a book and they have exhausted that source material, we saw with The Leftovers that a series can still be viable once you exhaust your source material.
Yeah.
In fact, it could even be better.
I mean, I mentioned earlier I cover a lot of supernatural shows, most of which are based on books.
Yeah.
That they kind of like take the bones of the book and then do their own thing. So I feel like they could come up with some stuff.
But I'm getting a lot of questions. Will there be a season 2 of Big Little Lies? And as of now, there's nothing confirmed about that. But I think it's a fair question, and I think it's something that HBO is going to have to answer. So send in your questions, and in the meantime, we'll talk a little bit about some of those big finales coming up. So, Bones finale tomorrow. I actually just hung up with Emily Deschanel. I was just having a very nice conversation with her. And I've been interviewing Emily over the past 12 years, ever since Bones started. So it was a little emotional. Speaking to her for the last time.
I can see.
Ever.
He's getting visible. I don't know if you can see. He's getting visibly choked up here.
There were some tears shed on the call.
Oh.
No, there wasn't. But I had a really nice conversation with Emily. That story will post after the Bones finale on Tuesday night. I really enjoyed the Bones finale. I think I mentioned that last week. I'm very curious to see what you all think of it. And Kim's going to be in, as I mentioned, in a little bit to talk about the Grimm finale. Going off the finale topic for a second, some big casting news. Matthew Morrison from Glee joining Grey's Anatomy.
Moving on to a show that will never have a series finale, Grey's Anatomy.
Will live forever. Potentially playing a pivotal role. Now, a couple months ago, actually last month, I reported that the show was casting a doctor, sort of a big bad villain type doctor. And immediately I thought, is this Joe's husband? And I know that's a place a lot of the fans went to as well. Well, it turns out photos have circulated already of Matthew shooting on location with Justin Chambers, a very serious looking Justin Chambers. So, which is only sort of stoking the fires of the speculation about him playing Joe's husband.
Do you think America is ready for Matthew Morrison, the villain?
That's a good question.
I will say, on Younger, I saw him he was on an episode of Younger where he mated with a sheep. So if America can handle that, I think America can handle him doing some villainy.
Do you think that was the first step to him doing the Grey's Anatomy thing? He's let me do it in the stages. What are the steps before you play a villain on Grey's Anatomy? You have sex with a sheep.
I think that was a conversation he had with his agent.
Yeah. But it's interesting casting. I'm excited to see that he's going to premiere, I believe, in the penultimate episode, which was last week's keyword.
I think we're keeping it alive.
Are you watching Girls?
On and off. I'm sort of keeping up with Girls just because.
The Smash homage. Did you see it?
It was amazing.
Elijah
I
sang at an audition. Elijah sang one of Bombshell's key songs, and was incredible. It was so fun.
I'm so happy Smash happened, if only for all the joy it's bringing us years later.
Still, even more joy after it went off.
Well, because we don't have to be critical of it. Now we can just remember the good stuff.
Right. Yeah. Let's see some questions. Okay. Any further news on the Scream reboot? So you cover Scream.
I do cover Scream.
So what do you make of all of these big changes on Scream?
I mean, a reboot is essential to that show. I think they did a lot with what they had. They stretched one story out very far, and I think, yeah, I mean, like the series itself, I think a reboot is in order, and I would love to see that because I love me some Scream. It's a guilty pleasure, but it's one that I really don't feel that guilty about because it's good.
Yeah. You can give us some news on what's Weave World.
Westworld?
It says Weave World, although that'd be an interesting show.
That's on like WeTV. Like, Weave World. I did see somebody ask about New Girl. Do you have any? Do you know what Schmidt's name is?
I do know what Schmidt's real name is. It's going to be revealed this week. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone would predict what it is. And it's not like some kind of random, like, I don't know, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's not going to be like something like you'd never think of. Like, it's something I think people could potentially guess.
I have a guess, but I don't want to guess because if I'm right, then you're going to have to
guess offline. Guess offline. When will we find out if Amy Sherman Palladino's new pilot will be picked up to series? My guess, sooner rather than later. I will be shocked if Amazon does not order a season 1 of the marvelous Mrs. Maisel or Maisel.
I don't know. That has come up every week.
Does anybody know how to pronounce that? I should.
I'm gonna guess. Is it E-L-L-E?
No, it's M-A-I-S-E-L.
Maisel?
Maisel?
Maybe it's like
Maisel. Any scoop on the originals? Is this going to be the last season? What do you think? What are we hearing? You don't know.
I know that. I mean, they're done filming, so like if it is the last season, they're not going to get like a heads up and like a hey, like here's how you can write a finale because they're done.
Right.
My takeaway from, first of all, Charles Michael Davis is coming to TVLine on Friday.
What?
Marcel, I didn't even tell him.
I'm not even going to be here.
I know.
I'm going to be on an airplane.
Breaking news, he'll be here on Friday. One thing I've noticed is I feel like Klaus, who's always been this, as you know, has always been this he's like the monster, the irredeemable monster. He's getting a lot of redemption. He's learning about himself. He's changing. And I feel like with all the growth that he's accomplished, if this is the last season, I think I would be satisfied.
Interesting. But you would have no Vampire Diaries shows left.
I would have none vampires.
No vampire shows. Not even just Vampire Diaries shows. No vampire shows. Any news on pitch renewal? No, we're not going to get news on a pitch renewal until the upfronts in May, is what I'm guessing. That's going to be a down-to-the-wire decision.
If it comes back, I'm predicting it would come back mid-season.
Interesting.
I have zero information to back that up.
Who's your source?
The old noodle.
A lot of pitch questions. We have a lot of pitch fans. Unreal. I don't have anything on Unreal, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say season 3 is going to be better than season 2.
Bold prediction.
That's what I'm gonna predict. I really hope spoilers on the 100. 100 is Andy shows. Will the Good Wife ever tell us what Alicia's up to? Well, they mention here and there little references. Nothing specific though. Maybe season 2 will get more Alicia. Season 1 we're not going to get too much Alicia because the show wanted to really establish itself as its own, it's in its own world, that in its own series. Without the shadow of Alicia looming over it. But maybe next season.
Hopefully.
We'll get more. Juliana Margulies has been kind of keeping a low profile. I wonder what she's up to.
Something. She's always got something
She's got something cooking. She's got something cooking. iZombie returns in a week, I believe. Let me see. What else do I have here on my list? The Leftovers. I'm going to be talking to the cast of The Leftovers on Monday. If anybody has any questions for the Leftovers cast about the new season, I got the new episodes.
Good.
Damon, did you see Damon Lindelof sent a letter to critics where he released 7 of the 8 final episodes, and he, talked about how he's come around on the binge watching.
Wait, so you've seen 7 of the?
No, I have 7 of the 8 episodes. I have not seen any of them.
Wow,
I'm going to be watching them now before I talk to the cast on Monday. But if you've got questions, send them my way. I think this is the time when we bring in Kim Roots to talk about Grimm. I think she might know some things about the Grimm series finale. I don't know.
I squeezed her for info. Squeezed her? I pumped her for information?
I don't think you squeezed her, because I've seen the HR handbook. I've seen the TVLine HR handbook, and I don't think you squeezed Kim for info.
Anyway, I got information from Kim.
That you might have
good. It's good, so I'm gonna.
There's someone who keeps saying that she has a crush on you in the comments.
It's you.
Oh, really?
Well,
no,
whoever
I'll just
it is.
tell you I have a crush on you.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna relinquish my chair now to.
Yeah, don't go too far.
I'm just gonna be behind the camera.
All right.
His to-do list is still here.
Hey. Kim Roots, everybody.
Hi, y'all. Not hi, y'all. Hi,
There
all.
should be like a applause track every time Kim comes
Maybe
in.
the studio audience.
A little like Norm.
Oh my god.
And yeah, Norm. I was thinking of somebody else. But anyway, go. Grimm, have you seen it?
I saw it.
The series finale.
The series finale, the
Oh my
last
God.
Grimm ever.
Break it down.
It's so good. So what can I tell you? There's more death than we saw last week, and if you aren't
More
caught
death.
up,
There were 2 deaths, big deaths
There were
last
2
week.
big?
More than 2 big deaths?
well, I'm just saying there are significant deaths. I'm not going to say how many, but there are
Or more than 2?
more than one.
Okay.
There are plural deaths.
Plural deaths.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this Alessandra still wants to know about this Weave World show. Andy, can you look up and see
Isn't that
what
RuPaul's
channel
Drag
is
Race?
airing Weave World?
I'm guessing logo.
Grimm finale.
Grimm
Kim.
finale.
So I heard you laughing watching it. Was it a laughing of, oh my god, this is really funny, or laughing like, I can't believe they're doing this?
It was not funny. It was a laughing of, oh my god, what
Really?
is happening here? Yeah, it was like a horrified laughing in a good way. Does that make any sense?
It does.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. There are a few things that long-time viewers will be rewarded.
Okay.
So if you've been watching since the first season, you will definitely be rewarded. And
Nice.
if you've just picked it up in the past few seasons, you will also think it's good, I think.
Okay.
Your tease about the whole Wizard of Ozness of it
Yeah.
is not wrong.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I teased it. I really just dropped the words Wizard of Oz and left it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like how I just told my boss that he was right about something?
Yeah.
It's a good plan for me. And then we're going to talk about it on Facebook Live after...
What?
I mean, can we please talk about it on Facebook Live after?
Yes. So tell your breaking news here. You're going to be doing a special Grimm themed Facebook Live after the series finale on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time?
Yes, that is exactly what I would be doing.
I think
Wow.
that deserves some applause. Wait.
No. Wait. And someone on Twitter asked me a couple days ago if the whole Adeline ring thing was going to be addressed, and I can tell you, you should definitely watch. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but they do discuss it. So.
Okay. Speaking of things that are discussed, the Bones finale addresses the 447 mystery. I know you've been dying to know what the resolution of that is, and I'm interested to see what people think of the quote unquote resolution. I think some people are going to be satisfied, and I think some people are going to be like,
The show has gone on so long.
I know, it's a really good finale though. It's, hearing you talk about how satisfying the Grimm finale was, I feel the same way about the Bones finale. Like, it pretty much is a perfect bookend to the pilot. I really feel like it's really, it's Bones. It's very sweet and hopeful.
Awesome. I think it's interesting when shows that have been on a long time, like Grimm has been on 6 years, Bones has been on twice that.
Yeah.
A lot of shows change radically from where they were the first episode. So if you can say that you can look at the pilot and the finale and they are nice little end pieces to the show, that's a testament to the writing staff and the producers.
I just saw a leftovers question, a leftovers scoop. One thing that's interesting, I think there was a perception that the whole season was going to be shot in Australia, and that's not the case. In fact, the action picks up and it's in Texas again, and characters go off to Australia in stages, not all in one time. So it's two locales, Texas and Australia, and it's interesting. As the season progresses, more and more people, more and more characters make their way down under.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I was only half paying attention because someone just said, did Kim ever get her spa weekend after the week that she covered Raina's death and William's death in This Is Us? I don't think I did.
Actually, that's a lie. You did.
Spa weekend?
We gave you 3 whole days to go luxuriate at, what was the spa? We picked this out.
I believe it was called Weave World.
It was called Weave World. We sent you up to Weave World for 3 days, and you came back with the same hair.
I actually did look. I have a little. Look at this now. Look at this.
What's happening?
Look at this little action going on.
Is that all you?
It's a weave.
Only the producers of Weave World know for sure. Any idea when Nashville will be back? What are you thinking about Nashville? When do you think?
When I spoke with one of the EPs, he had said, they're not saying when it's coming back, but he had said when it does come back, it'll be very much a real-time time jump.
Oh.
And he said at the time 2.5 or 3 months. So.
Oh, so when does that put us, like May?
Yeah, May, June.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Boy, this Weave World is good.
Check
to see if Weave World's trending on Twitter.
Weave World is greater than penultimate. I like Kevin. I like that. I would rather say Weave World than penultimate.
So the word of the day today is Weave World.
We should have like in Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse. Please.
Oh my God, we need more sound effects. Andy, see if we have that in the budget for more sound effects. I think we just blew our budget on that clapping. I don't even think we could afford that. Matt Midovich is going to be joining us soon for those excited about his cameo, and he's going to be teasing some big news that may be breaking on TVLine soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was very not. I was doing this thing where I was looking. You guys are so distracting.
Who?
I was reading all the comments while you were talking, and then I just put it.
Oh yeah, I know. Love the new team on Criminal Minds renewal possibilities. I think Criminal Minds will be renewed, although CBS renewed like 18 shows, 16 shows, 2 of which, 18 if you include the 2 they already renewed. But Criminal Minds once again was not in the mix because it's an expensive show, because ABC owns part of the show, and every year that always sort of comes down to the wire financially. It's going to work out. I happen to know that everybody's really happy working on the show. I think fans are happy with the show this year. I think CBS is happy with the ratings, relatively speaking. So I think it'll be back. Elementary, I don't think Elementary is going to be back. I don't know. It's 50-50. Elementary is 50-50.
Oh, someone asked before too if Hank and Woo's deaths are included on that scorecard, and that is a negative because they happened in March. And the May Sweep scorecard is just for sweeps.
Right, yes. The May Sweep scorecard starts in sweeps, and it starts before May because for some weird reason, May Sweeps never begins in May. It always starts at the end of April. But yes, that's one thing to be clear on. A lot of these series finales aren't going to qualify for the May Sweep scorecard.
In fact, pretty much every show I cover
will not
be on that scorecard.
Yeah. Someone asked about Two Broke Girls, another show that is very much on the bubble at CBS. I don't know what's happening with Two Broke Girls, but I just want to say proudly that I will be disappointed and sad if Two Broke Girls goes away. It is my guilty pleasure. That show just makes me laugh. There, I said it.
Can I put in a plug for our Peak TV feature?
Yes.
Peak TV Treasures. Help, I've been Peak TV'd. So we know a lot of stuff that we like that isn't getting a ton of play, but if you guys are watching stuff that you think we would enjoy very greatly and we do not cover, hit us up on Twitter and let us know. Hashtag help, I've been Peak TV'd.
That's a long hashtag, Kim.
Hashtag Ausiello is a great boss and he's indulging me in this feature. Okay, bye.
Enjoy your spa day. Matt Minovich is here, everybody. Show Matt some love with your hearts and things. With your hearts and things. Show Matt some love.
Got some good height today. I gotta keep it high because my kids are getting as tall as me.
Matt had the commute from hell this morning. If you didn't know this, Matt lives in New Jersey. Takes the bus into work and was stuck in the tunnel. What happened?
The George Washington Bridge had a big accident. So
yeah.
all the people who usually take the George Washington Bridge decided to take my tunnel.
Was it an accident, or did Chris Christie, was he out there moving the cones?
Hey now. Moving the cones.
Matt.
Yes.
I understand that you are working on a story.
Oh, the May Sweep scorecard went up.
Yeah,
I need to give that a look.
11 deaths so far confirmed for May Sweeps.
Okay.
Pivotal character deaths.
All right.
10 of them are from Arrow. Just kidding.
I don't know about 10.
Just kidding. So, Matt, you were working on a story in your office, which is next door to my office. Yes. And that story is going to be posting on TVLine.com, www.tvline.com, in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Can you tease anything about it without giving away too
Don't
much?
worry, I've assigned somebody to actually post it on the site.
Oh, you'll be back in time. We won't be taking it.
Well, no, because I have to be here to say it.
Oh, who's posting it?
You know.
Vlada is. Okay.
Vlada Gelman.
Little inside baseball there. Yeah. Talking about some technical stuff. So we have some news posting shortly.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. That's gonna get people talking.
That might trend.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
So I saw a bunch of people asking about some Flash stuff. We saw Andrew Kreisberg recently at the PLE Fest event. He said that there are some scary and dramatic twists coming up, as well as some hilarious twists, which I don't see how those two really reconcile. How scary and dramatic goes with hilarious, but we trust him. Supergirl, David Harewood told us that in Ask Ausiello last week, he teased that there's a big James episode coming up for Makad Brooks' character. David Harewood said that Hank's actually going to figure into that, and he's going to kind of give James kind of a pep talk about discovering who he really is. And he'd like to see James become part of the DEO the way that Wynn has. I'm pointing to Andy, not Jeremy Jordan. Andy's over there. And David Ramsey from Arrow told us that we're going to, in an upcoming episode, we're going to get a look at Diggle and Lila's life, see what it's like for one of the Arrow guys to be living with the head of Argus. So I know people are always asking about big old storylines that's coming up.
I understand. My sources are telling me, Matt, that you saw the Bones finale and had some thoughts.
It was good. It was good.
Isn't it really well done?
Yeah, I think they really covered all the bases. There's something there for everybody. There's a good emotional storyline that gave Emily Deschanel and Boreanaz some really good material. Mm-hmm. And there's just great little Easter eggs. I like the 447 thing.
You do?
They did, yeah. The 447 question is addressed, and it's
kind of was an impossible thing to tie that up in a way that I think is going to satisfy everyone. But I agree. I think I think it's well done.
And I like the twist in the whole hunt for the killer. Mm-hmm. That was a cool twist.
There's also, you mentioned Easter eggs. There is a really cool Easter eggish kind of moment that is a awesome sort of tie-in with the pilot. And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, that escaped me.
Here, I'm going to write it down.
Write it down. Oh yeah, that's going to be in quotes of the week for sure.
Yeah. I might even break that out into a separate story tomorrow night. I'm working on a couple postmortems for Bones. I might break that out into its own story.
People asking about Legends of Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the episode that Felicity's going to pop up on in her mask and costume. That was interesting. I don't know why they didn't keep that a full surprise, but
do they keep anything a surprise?
I'm looking at Andy, not at Emily Betregards.
Does she have a name, a superhero name?
Not that I've heard. People say she looks like someone called Spoiler.
Is that really?
Yeah. I guess there's a character called Spoiler, but I don't know.
In brackets.
You'd think we would know about that. A
You'd
superhero
think.
character called Spoiler.
What else you got, Matt?
I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
The things I can say about the Once Upon a Time musical, I can't say yet.
So, any more insight into whether Once Upon a Time is coming back? Do you think it'll come back? Do you want it to come back? Ooh, that's a provocative question.
Dark.
You mean have my Sunday nights free, not to recap? I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. Oh, someone's asking about Arizona and Eliza. We actually spoke to Jessica Capshaw. They got an interview with her at Paley Fest, which we're going to be posting later today or tomorrow, where she shares her thoughts on what's next for Arizona and Eliza, but also weighs in on the possibility of Sarah Ramirez returning. And all I'm going to say is I was very surprised by her response.
I was too.
And so look for that on www.tvline.com soon.
Do we like Eliza?
Yeah, she's growing on me. Do we like Eliza? Yeah. She's growing on me.
Somebody was asking about Lena Luthor. I'm almost done editing my Q&A with Kate McGrath.
What's taking so long, Matt?
You just to be on Ask Us Hello Live.
She uses these Irishisms and UK-isms that I need to Google research and translate to make sure I'm spelling them right.
Excuses.
Like she refers to Cara and Lena as being Bezzy mates, which apparently is a term over in the UK. That means best friends, best gal pals. But things like that. She's funny. It's a really funny thing. So I'm almost done with that.
Somebody asked if Sandra Oh is returning to Grey's Anatomy. No, not this season anyway.
What about Dr. Han?
Dr. Han. Dr. Han is still looking for a car in the parking garage. Actually, Dr. Han is on Bates Motel.
Oh.
Yeah, trying to, get some evidence on Freddie Highmore for the bad things that he's been doing at that hotel.
Did we cover Matthew Morrison?
Yes, we already covered Matthew Morrison. But speaking of Bates Motel,
people are saying he can't be scary, to which I say you never saw him rap on Glee.
Oh, ouch. Bates Motel, the conclusion of the Marion Crane arc tonight. Some big twists in that episode. Interested to see what people think about that. Any news on Jennifer Love Hewitt? You mean just generally?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I'm sure she's doing well.
I'm sure she's doing just fine.
She's about due for something.
I'm sure she's all that money she made from the Party of Five spinoff. She's doing just fine. What was that called? Time of Your Life.
Time of Your Life.
Did you watch that?
I did not. I loved the client list though on Lifetime. I saw
that? Yeah.
every episode of the client list.
There were only 4.
There was 3 seasons.
Was there really? Jeez. Matt's alarm just went off.
That means it's 3:30.
It's 3:30. Tell everybody what the news is.
Make sure we have the embargo time right.
Wait.
3:30, Arrow News.
Dun, dun, dun.
Katie Cassidy will be back in the final 2 episodes of this season. And she'll be a series regular for season 6.
Wow.
You heard it here. Go read the story on tvline.com, www.tvline.com. Katie Cassidy, back to being a series regular on the show Arrow. I'm going to make you go read our story on the website to see who she will be playing, because she has played several different versions of her character.
Hold on a second, Matt. Entertain the troops so I can tweet this out.
Oh, to entertain the troops. Someone was talking about Lucifer. That scheduling thing kind of bummed me out, that they're saving the last 4 episodes of the season for next season. I mean, some people kind of like saw it coming when I reported that the last 4 episodes of the season were standalone in nature. But, you know, the fact is they're not true. I double-checked with the producers. They're not 100% standalone. They're going to pick up some current storylines while also setting up some new stuff. But I guess I don't know, I guess Fox realized that the finale would be airing in June or something. They just decided to be more efficient. I don't know.
What? What are you talking about? What did I miss?
Lucifer saving
What did
4
I miss?
episodes for next season.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone's like, what does this mean? They're going to produce 4 less episodes next season?
Oh.
But,
Are they?
or will they have a
Did you
26
give folks the
episode
answer?
season 3? We don't know. Joe Henderson doesn't know yet. It's too early for that stuff.
Um,
Katie Cassidy, Arrow, series regular, season 6, starting with the final 2 episodes of this season.
Now, forgive me if you've already addressed this, but is it a real series regular thing? Is it like all 23 episodes?
We do not know.
We do
Wasn't
not know.
she already a series regular?
She was a series regular across all the Arrow shows.
Across
During
the
which
Arrowverse.
time- During which
Arrowverse.
time she was on like 3 episodes.
She
a
didn't
half
do much.
dozen. I did the math. She was on a half dozen total episodes.
I mean, it's probably fair to say she'll be on more than a half dozen episodes. If she's a series regular, that usually means at least 13. Even if it's a fractional series regular, it's at least like 13 episodes.
Sounds
Yeah.
like good money to me.
So yeah, she's really raking in it.
What do we got? Pitch, nothing on
Big
pitch
Little
yet.
Lies are feud for the Emmys. Yeah.
Who are you leaning towards? Who do you like better on Feud?
Oh,
If you had
Jessica
to pick
Lange.
someone.
Jessica Lange.
I like Susan Sarandon
Yeah,
more.
I really Jessica Lange. I feel like is giving a stronger performance, but also I haven't really forgiven Susan Sarandon for throwing Hillary under the bus.
Mm. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I look at her and I feel some anger.
Hmm.
I try to be objective, but I'm a little angry at her. But that said, Susan, she's doing a really good job. That's the trickier role to pull off, though. Betty Davis. I
Right.
think that's the trickier role. She has the
I think
tougher
she's
task.
doing a better portrayal of Betty Davis. I don't know what you mean. Maybe Jessica Lange is doing a stronger performance
In
overall
general,
as
right.
an actress.
Yeah,
But I don't feel like I'm watching Joan Crawford.
they're both going to get nominated for an Emmy anyway.
Alfred Molina, she got one too.
Yes, he's great.
He's really good.
I'm really enjoying Feud.
And
Um,
Judy Davis.
And Big Little Lies is going to. What was the website for Katie Cassidy? Someone just asked. www.tvline.com.
Org.
Oh man. It's all over.
So anyway, okay. So I think we're done. So a little housekeeping note. Thank you, Matt. A little housekeeping note. There will be no Ask Ausiello Live next week because I'll be in Los Angeles at a Leftovers Press Day. There will be no Ask Ausiello Live. Bye, Matt. Thank you.
I have a final update if we want.
Oh, Andy's got a final update. A bonus. Here's some bonus material to the Ask Ausiello Live DVD.
I'd like to start by issuing an apology. I have an update on Weave World. Weave World is, in fact, a dark fantasy novel written in 1987, and the CW has, for the past few seasons, been attempting to develop a Weave World series. It has gotten a new writer, so maybe for next
This
pilot.
is the problem with peak TV.
There's so much on TV.
Someone throws a Weave World at you, and you think it's a joke, and
So-
it's a real show.
For what it's worth, it's been described as problematic. So we'll see. So Weave World could be coming to a television near you.
Wait a second. So if Weave World is a TV show, where did we send Kim? On that 3-day retreat.
She doesn't talk about it.
Interesting. Well, All right. So thank you all for joining us. Go peruse the May Sweeps scorecard. Try to guess who are the 11 deaths happening, and there are going to be more. That number is going to triple.
That was a tongue twister.
That number is going to triple
Yes.
in just probably in a month's time. Thanks for joining us. Remember, no Ask Ausiello live next week, but 2 weeks most likely we'll be back here. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.